Every day, we make thousands of decisions: what to eat, what to wear, who to follow. But how many of those choices are truly ours?
So what is misinformation and media literacy? According to the Guggenheim Memorial Library at Monmouth University, media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all forms of communication. This idea has shaped us humans to think more critically and become a more effective communicator. The real question here is, are we thinking for ourselves or being programmed? Has algorithmic influence gotten the best of us in the way our own minds operate?
The remarkable question here concerns the fact that our lives are rendered as behavior data in the first place, that ignorance is a condition of its ubiquitous rendition, that decision rights vanish before one even knows that there is a decision to make, that there is no exit, no voice, and no loyalty, only helplessness, resignation, and psychic numbing. Algorithms aren't just predicting what we might want, they're shaping what we think we want. Tech platforms are collecting vast behavioral data and using it to steer our attention, actions, even more emotions against ourselves.
From the news we see to who we date, algorithms subtly and not so subtly nudge us towards choices designated to benefit platforms, not people. The algorithm in your phone takes what you look at and search and then implements it into your feed to provide posts and videos you might like.
And that's the point. These systems aren't neutral. They reflect and amplify biases, social, political, and economic. You're not just seeing content, you're being shaped by it.
A 2021 Pew Research study found that fully 79% of adults say they're at least somewhat concerned about how companies are using the data it collects about them, including 36% who say they are very concerned about this issue. But what many still don't fully grasp is the psychological power of algorithms to shape the way we think. Algorithmic influence is the invisible hand which pushes us towards many different topics and ideas, playing with the mind of a human, captivating their every thought. It is time we find a solution to this issue, making sure that our generations become smarter and smarter instead of dumber and dumber. Algorithmic influence has controlled us far too long. What can we do to change this?
Google Search is in fact an advertising platform, not intended to solely serve as a public information resource in the way that they say a library might. Google creates advertising algorithms, not information algorithms. Instead of promoting correct or relevant information, it pushes the feed towards the things that make most sense according to your search history. Large technologies such as Google need to be broken up and regulated because their consolidated power and cultural influence make competition largely impossible.
This is the existential contradiction of the second modernity that defines our conditions of existence. We want to exercise control over our own lives, but everywhere that control is thwarted. We live in a knowledge that our lives have unique value, but we are treated as invisible. We are no longer the subjects of value realization, nor are we, as some have insisted, the product of Google's sales. Instead, we are the objects from which raw materials are extracted and expropriated for Google's prediction factories.
Algorithms create personal echo chambers, not just of information, but of reality itself. We used to search the internet, now the internet searches us. So are we thinking for ourselves, or are we just following paths laid out by invisible hands of code? Maybe it's time to ask, if we are what we consume, who's choosing the menu? Internet browsers show you what you want before you yourself even know. It is important that we continue to think critically and challenge our mindset instead of falling for the tricks and misconceptions of the internet. Thanks for watching, and stop next time for more episodes. I'm your host, Linoy Saraga, and you just watched Algorithmic Influence, the Invisible Hand.